There you go. All right. Looks good. Sounds good. And yeah, you're all set and ready to continue on with the presentation.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we're back up and running, and I'll let Megan go on and finish up.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. All right, so back to campus resources, just in case. I'm not sure exactly when we got cut off, but we have academic support services, including free tutoring for students, writing center, math lab. We have a counseling center and also health services available on campus. We also have a career development center, of course, where students can get help writing their resume, go in and do some mock interviews, and we also host employers on campus as well as graduate and professional schools if students are interested in continuing their education beyond their bachelor's degree at U of L. All right, in terms of housing at the university, we have added quite a few new residence hall rooms, and our on-campus population of students is one area where we are definitely growing. We have everything from traditional style residence halls to suites and apartment style for students. And once students are admitted, they're able to apply for housing in January of their senior year. All right, so we also, of course, realize students are going to get very hungry when they're going to and from classes and living on campus. So we have 30 different dining places for students to eat on campus, and we offer everything from quick grab-and-go kinds of things like smoothies, prepackaged salads and sandwiches, to, of course, some fast food options like Wendy's, Subway, Chick-fil-A, and Papa John's. And then, of course, we have our all-you-care-to-eat facilities, the McAllister's Deli, and a place called the Cardinal Burger Company, which is a great place to get chicken fingers or burgers and hang out and watch the U of L game. No matter what season it is, we have great sports teams playing, and Cardinal Burger Company is a great place to check out the game. Students do start every year with a meal plan, and any money that's left over on their fall meal plans, they can roll over to their spring meal plans. At the end of spring, it's use it or lose it kind of situation, and students start over fresh the next year. We can also meet a variety of dining and dietary restrictions on campus. We have vegetarian and vegan options, as well as gluten-free and allergen-free areas for students to eat on campus and still also be able to be social and hang out with their friends in our new allergen-free dining area in our Grillville. All right, so of course we talked about being engaged in the classroom, but part of being a student at U of L is also being engaged outside the classroom. We have about 400 different student organizations for students to participate in. We offer everything from fraternities and sororities to academic clubs and honor societies. We also offer religious groups. We have a very active Baptist campus ministry on our campus. We have Student Government Association, paraprofessional groups, spirit groups, everything probably that you can imagine. However, if we do have students that are interested in participating in something that we don't offer at U of L, as long as they find some other interested students, they can start their own student organization right here on our campus. We are also engaged in the community and provide great service. U of L has a great relationship with the city of Louisville. Our students are very fortunate to have great opportunities to take advantage of cultural events. We have a wonderful arts program in the city. We also have great parks, especially down by the waterfront, which you can see here, the Ohio River. Our Young Center, where our men's and women's basketball team plays, is located a few miles north of campus downtown, and also hosts great concerts like Beyonce and Justin Timberlake. We also have wonderful opportunities for students to become involved in community service, and all of that is available for students right here in Louisville. We also have great opportunities for students to take advantage of going abroad. We have short-term opportunities through our international service learning programs and our honors program, and then we also do have semester and summer-long programs available. We have a dedicated study abroad office and international center that students can work with not only on finding a program that's going to fit their needs, but also on finding opportunities for scholarships, financial aid, ways to help defray the cost for them to go abroad. All right, I was very excited to get to this slide. Our brand new Student Recreation Center opened this past fall, just about 2 months ago in October. It is $38 million and 128,000 square feet. It features 6 different basketball courts, a running and walking track. There's a golf simulator, a cafe, and tons of workout equipment. It also features some classroom spaces for our health and sports sciences classes, and we also have some group fitness classes available. The Student Activity Center is a really exciting addition to our campus, and it's getting a lot of use. All right. And then, of course, last but not least, do want to talk about U of L athletics, and we are in the process of getting ready to transition to the ACC in 2014. We're very excited about that. This has definitely been dubbed the year of the Cardinal, and our teams have done very well, kicking it off in early 2013 with our win in the Sugar Bowl. We also had our women's team shock a lot of folks and made it to the Final Four and ended up as national champion runners-up. Our men's basketball team, of course, national champions, very proud of them. We also had another national championship in there on our swimming and diving team, and then we rounded out last spring with an appearance in the Baseball College World Series. So we're really excited to be continuing the year of the Cardinal this fall with our football team finishing the season 11-1 and accepting a bid to go to the Russell Athletic Bowl on December 28th in Orlando. Beat the Hurricanes. It's very affordable for students to go to athletic events at U of L. Everything but football and basketball is free with their U of L student ID, and student season tickets are very reasonable for those two sports. All right, definitely check us out at uoflnow.com, and we're going to kind of get into the business end of being a student at the University of Louisville. Applying to U of L is really easy. Our priority application deadline for seniors is February 15th. We require at least a 2.5 cumulative GPA, and yes, we will accept a weighted GPA, and at least a 20 on the ACT or a 940 critical reading and math SAT. We do require a $50 application fee, but if students are on a free or reduced lunch program at their high school, as long as we receive confirmation of that from the high school counselor, we will waive the application fee. Applications are reviewed on a rolling basis, and so students can expect to receive an admissions decision from us in about 2 weeks or so after they've submitted their application. All right, cost of attendance. Go online to find exact cost of attendance breakdowns for in-state and out-of-state students. We also have information on there about room and board, which does vary depending on if you live in the traditional residence halls, the suites, or the apartment-style housing. We also are really encouraging students to take advantage of our net price calculator. Students can go online to that website. It only takes about 8 minutes, and it gives a quick estimate of what their expenses might be if they attended U of L. I also like to let students know that all schools that participate in the federal financial aid programs are required to have a net price calculator, so they can do this not just for U of L, but also any other schools that they may be considering. All right. Okay, we have a wide variety of scholarship opportunities available for our students. Our deadline is very strict, and it is January 15th of the senior year. We do have three different categories. We have our guaranteed scholarships, our competitive scholarships, and our National Scholars Program. Our guaranteed scholarships are for students that participated in Governor's Scholars, Governor's School for the Arts, the Gatton Academy, the Rogers Scholars Program, or were National Merit finalists or semifinalists. Those students do not have to complete a scholarship application. However, if they want to try and compete for higher level awards, we encourage them to go online and fill out the application for our competitive scholarship programs. Now, our competitive scholarship programs, in order to apply, students do have to have at least a 26 on the ACT and at least a 3.35 GPA. Our awards start at $1,500 and go up from there to our full tuition awards or our full tuition plus awards, which are renewable for 4 years. Our most competitive awards do include money towards room, board, and books at the highest level. Our three highest level scholarships, the Grawemeyer, the McConnell Scholar, which is only for Kentucky students, and the Brown Fellows Program, also do have an interview component. So from the applications received, the scholarship committees will narrow it down to between 30 and 35 students. Those finalists are invited to come to campus in March. There are several different weekends for an interview competition, and from there, students are selected for those programs. Our guaranteed entrance programs are not monetary, but more of a status award. We have guaranteed entrance programs for students applying to law school, to medical school, and for our upper division dental hygiene program. And then our National Scholars Award is an award that we offer for out-of-state students. That has a little bit later deadline of February 15th, and those awards are automatically given out to students based on GPA and ACT. So there's not an additional scholarship application for students to complete. The National Scholars Award students will find out just a couple weeks after they apply, and those awards also are renewable. Those awards start at $5,000, and there are several different levels up to our maximum award of $12,000 a year. I did forget to mention, I apologize, for the other scholarships programs. Those decisions are made and students are notified by March 1st. For all programs, they have until May 1st to let us know if they're going to accept the scholarship and come to the University of Louisville. All right, we also do offer financial aid awards, and we encourage students to complete that FAFSA as soon as possible after January 1st of their senior year. Of course, there's just that one website to go to, fafsa.gov, and we do have to have a FAFSA on file for students that want to participate in our federal work-study program. And yes, we definitely want students to know that they can complete the FAFSA prior to completing their taxes. It's important to get in that queue because those state grants do tend to run out. All right, so a little bit more about our residence halls and housing opportunities at U of L. We do have over 5,000 students living on campus now, and we do require incoming freshmen to live on campus. There are a few exceptions. The most prevalent is the one for students that live locally and are able to live at home with a parent or guardian. Other exceptions can be found on our housing website. We offer the traditional, the suite style, and apartment style living. We do encourage incoming freshmen to live in our suites or traditional housing. We really discourage freshmen from living in our apartment-style housing, but it's a great option for upper-class students who've already made that connection on campus, have their networks, and know about campus resources, because we provide a lot more of that programming and supportive environment in our traditional and suite-style halls. We also offer a variety of living learning communities. Our living learning communities are available in our Honors Sciences programs, our Honors Service Learning programs, our dental hygiene programs, and our engineering programs. We also have a theme for our Ruston Social Justice, and that is for students that are interested in LGBTQ programs and for allies. And that's a new theme housing opportunity for us this year. The housing application is required for students to apply to live on campus, and it's available in January of the senior year for admitted students only. Students have to have that U of L student ID number in order to be able to apply for housing. Housing is decided on a first-come, first-served basis, so we do encourage students who are going to be pretty particular about where they live on campus to go on and apply for housing early if they want to get, their first couple of choices. And we also have a process that's explained on our housing website where students can get matched up with other students coming to U of L if they want to make sure that they get to be roommates. All right, we also want for you to make sure you stay connected with U of L, and of course the best way to do that is check out our website and see what's happening at louisville.edu. You can also follow our office on Twitter. We will post information about upcoming events on campus, speakers, new programs, or exciting things. We'll also put reminders out there for students about upcoming deadlines just to make sure that they get those reminders out there. You can also follow us on Facebook, of course, similar things to Twitter, but a little bit more explanation. A lot of times we'll also do fun contests on Twitter and Facebook, and most recently we did one for students that worked on a video, and the winner was able to get a suite for one of our U of L home men's basketball games, not just for themselves, but also 9 of their closest friends and family members to celebrate. So we also do some very fun things on social media as well. And then also want to encourage you to check out our blog at cardsvoice.com, and that's a little bit more about the student perspective and what it's like to be a student at the University of Louisville. All right, thank you all so much for joining us on our chat today. I do want to mention that although I tried to do my best during this presentation to introduce you to all the great things U of L has to offer, there's definitely nothing like seeing it for yourself. So whether you are a student or a high school counselor, we encourage you to come check out campus. We'll get you out on campus on a tour so you can see everything that U of L has to offer. And you can contact our office. Our phone number's up there. You can also email us at admitme@louisville.edu. So thank you all so much for joining our chat today. Again, my name's Megan Adams. I'm the coordinator of Campus Visit Programs. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season and exciting new year. And I just want to close out by saying, go Cards! Nate will be back in just a minute, and I'm going to introduce you to a couple of our current students so you can hear straight from the horse's mouth, if you will, what it's like to be a student at the University of Louisville. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Nate.
Thanks, Megan. All right, I hope you all enjoyed the presentation. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties that we had halfway through there. But as Megan just told you, here over the next couple minutes, you're going to be hearing from a few of our current students. Before I have them come and sit down and chat with you for a minute, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about them. One of the students, the first one, her name's Jessie Black. She's a junior, and she's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's studying economics, and she's minoring in Spanish. She's also very involved on campus. She's heavily involved with Greek life. She also does a little bit of work with our office. And she also is a CAPS leader, and she may talk about some of these different things that she's involved with here in just a couple minutes. The second student is Ashley Hazley, and Ashley is a local student, so she grew up here in Louisville. She's also a senior. She's studying psychology. Just like Jessie, she's also very, very involved on campus, and I'm sure that they will tell you all a little bit about that. Each student's going to have about 5 minutes to talk a little bit about why they chose U of L, and really anything else that they may want to. So I'm going to step out for just a few seconds, bring Jessie and Ashley in here, and then I'll let you all spend the next about 10 minutes with them. Just have a seat there. And you all both on camera?
Do you want to start? Wait.
There you go. And you all, if you want to start, Jessie, just introduce yourself and share with everyone why you chose U of L. Talk for a few minutes about things you're involved with and that sort of stuff, and then you do the same, Ashley, okay?
Hi, my name's Jessie Black, and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So U of L was never really on my radar whenever I was looking at schools until my senior year of high school. I was interested in coming to school for music therapy, and so my dad had done a little bit of research and found that U of L had a really good music program. So he and I came down to visit, and I just fell in love with the campus. It was the perfect size for me. It was big enough where I knew that I would have a lot of opportunity and could definitely get involved in a lot of different things, but it wasn't so big that I would lose myself or be overwhelmed. I really love the city. It was a perfect size city for me. Again, it was big enough that there would be a lot of things to do. I knew that I would always be able to keep myself occupied with things, but definitely not so big that I would get lost or overwhelmed or anything like that. Since coming to the University of Louisville, I am not a music major anymore. I switched to economics, but I still absolutely love it. Some things I'm involved in are Greek life. I am a member of the student orientation staff, and I'm a shadow host, so whenever prospective students want to come to the university, they can shadow me for a day, come to classes with me, and things like that. So it's been a really great experience, and I find new things out every day that make me love U of L more and more.
Right, and I'm Ashley Hazley. I'm a senior psychology major here at the University of Louisville. U of L was never my first choice. There's a high school across the street. I went to that high school. There's a middle school across the street from there, and I went there as well. So I didn't travel too far, and I really wanted to get that out-of-state experience. I wanted to get away from my mom. I didn't want to be 15 minutes away from her. But once I came to the University of Louisville for my scholarship reception, I'm actually a Porter Scholar here. Faculty and staff, when they would come up and they would talk to me about college, they weren't asking me like what I was going to do here. They weren't asking me, what my GPA was in high school. They weren't asking those types of questions. They were asking what I wanted to get out of my college experience. What were things that really and truly interested me? And if I said something that sparked their attention, they would grab another faculty and staff member and bring them over. And so I thought that was just really awesome how hands-on our faculty and staff here are at U of L. My experiences here have been utterly amazing. Even though I grew up in the city of Louisville, coming to U of L is a totally different experience just because it is such a great community that Louisville actually is. There are parts of Louisville that I didn't even know about until I got to the University of Louisville. My experiences here have been awesome. I've had 4 majors, and I'm graduating in 4 years. If you can do the math, it's like a major a year. But luckily my faculty and staff works with me each step of the way to get me together. I was undecided for a little while, and they're like, here's some things that maybe might interest you. A faculty member actually took me to Brooklawn, where I started doing community service, and that sparked my interest in psychology. So thanks to my faculty and staff, I'm now a psychology major, graduating in May. Some things that I'm involved in here on campus. I am in a sorority, so I'm in Greek life. I was also a member of student orientation staff. I'm a Cardinal ambassador, so I give tours of campus. I've been a cadet peer mentor, helping with that freshman transition to college, and I'm also an arts and sciences peer advisor. So all the stuff that faculty and staff did for me to help me pick a major, I do that with students as well. So that is.
Yeah, a couple questions for y'all. If you could maybe just share, we'll say 2 or 3 things that are your favorite things why you really, really love being a student here. If you could maybe talk about some of your favorite things about being a student here at U of L.
I really love all of the opportunities that are available to students. There are RSOs, recognized student organizations, for pretty much anything that you would ever be passionate about or want to get involved in, which is really cool. And then if there isn't something that sparks your interest with those, you can start your own. So I really love that. And I just love how tight-knit the community is at U of L. I love that I can just walk down campus and say hi to people that I might not even know, and it's not like uncomfortable or awkward. And I really do feel like I'm part of like the Cardinal family here.
I would definitely agree with some of the things that Jesse said. When I'm walking around campus, I can know that I'll go anywhere and I'll know someone. I can say hi to someone. I can walk into any office or department here and I will know at least one member of faculty and staff. I've gone to like other places with my friends before, and we're walking around campus and it's kind of just like you're getting where you're going. But when I'm walking around my campus, it's hi everywhere I go. Sometimes it gets kind of like nauseating, like hi. It's kind of weird. But a few other things I really like about University of Louisville is just the connection that we have with the city of Louisville. Every step of the way that I've been doing my college career, there's not a part of the city of Louisville that wasn't influencing things that I did here at the University of Louisville. Volunteering at Family Scholar House, we have great connections there. Even if you look at like the Thinker, which is on our which is on our campus, that was donated to us by the city, and it's like a really big privilege that we have. And another thing that's really good about University of Louisville is the fact that I've been able to get so close with faculty and staff members. It helps to really get like a real opinion on things without getting just like, press 1 if you want to be a psych major and press 2 if you want to do this and that. Like people actually sit down and talk to you. I think in some ways I kind of harass my advisors because whenever I have any question, I'll go to them, pop in their office, and it's no big deal for me to do that. I don't have to like get a formal appointment or anything like that.
And then finally, before you all head out, if you could share one piece of advice with a high school student who's looking at colleges, what would that be?
I would say to just figure out what your priorities are going to be in college and what it really is in a university that you're looking for. For me, it was, I originally wanted to be a music major, so I wanted to go to a school that had a good music program, but I also wanted a backup plan, and I wanted things that I could get involved in other than that, and I think that is why I've been so successful at U of L.
I would definitely just say when you are applying for college, definitely think about what you want to major in, but don't let that be the driving force all the time and like what college you're going to pick. Just because sometimes you can find a completely different major that's going to be absolutely amazing for you, and you'll be able to find that. You'll still be able to have like that campus community that maybe you weren't able to get at a different college. Sometimes the stigma around being undecided makes people like not even want to go to school. I've heard that from people before. But just know that you're gonna get an education wherever you go, unless you have like a dramatically just like I want to be an astronaut and I can major in like astronautology at this university, unless it's something like super specific like that. Just give it a try to places, and don't let anything really hold you back when you're applying for colleges.
Okay, thanks for being with us, guys.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the advice that both Jesse and Ashley had. They're two great students here, and I think really represent kind of the beat or the pulse of the greater student population here. So right now what we're kind of going into is the tail end of our video presentation. Once again, I want to remind all of you all that right after this presentation ends, we will be starting a chat for anyone who has any questions through College Week Live. So you can just hop on over to our booth and start chatting with one of our associate directors, and then I will also be there chatting for any questions as well. But what I'm going to do now is kind of tail end our presentation with something that is really, really neat. So, as Megan said earlier during the presentation, the past year that we have had has been dubbed the Year of the Cardinal. Mainly if you've heard about the University of Louisville and you are not from the city of Louisville, so if you're from somewhere out in the state or somewhere else in the country, you've probably heard about our athletic program. However, we had one of our best years in history as far as the quality of our academic quality of our freshman class, and the research that's going on here at the university, really across the board. It was one of the best years in the history of the university. So I'm going to start this video now. It lasts about 60 seconds, and then I'll hop back on here, give a few last updates, and say goodbye to you guys.